Here it is, the powerful, oh my goodness, and positive people podcast. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday morning, and you're hanging out with your boy, Mark the Spark. I'm just trying some things out today. But today is the end for me, the 28-day growth challenge. So I put out a challenge a couple weeks ago, and it's all about the end of a decade. Right now, we're at the end of a decade. So we're coming to the end of 2019, and you know by now that I am super fired up about goal setting. I'm super fired up about progress, and I'm even more fired up about helping other people achieve their progress and goals as well. So I put out a challenge a couple weeks ago called the 28-Day Growth Challenge. And what it was for was, hey, for the next 28 days, what could you do to either finish the year strong on a goal that you have set for yourself that you've been kind of putting off, or maybe next year you have a goal that you want to accomplish, but how can you start it now? What if you did start it now? How much closer could you be to that goal? So for me, over the past 28 days, I decided to make a podcast. I'm running a business. I just made a daily Dojo planner. I got a lot of fires in the pot right now. This was for 2020. So the 28-day growth challenge for me was all about stepping up and taking action and doing something that would take myself to the next level. So here I am. I'm already in 2020 achieving my goals. It's fantastic. So it's been 28 days of learning how to build something, learning how to spackle. I got lights. I painted a floor. I got brand new chairs. I got mics. I got a really cool receiver. I got GarageBand I've never used before. All this cool stuff that I've learned over the past 28 days. Today, my goal was, unfortunately, it was to have a guest on today for the first podcast on the 28th day. But I ran into some technology issues last night. I was spending 3 hours on the GarageBand. I was getting feedback in the mic. I just couldn't quite figure it out. But that's okay. So many times we get upset with ourselves because we think everything has to be perfect, but it's not perfect. You just need progress in your life. Progress is everything. So if you think about it, I always say this to myself and my students, 1 through 10. If my goal was in the level 10 for me, with this goal was today, have a person on the podcast, speaking into the mics, recording it, and then uploading it to iTunes. That was my level 10 for the end of the 28-day growth challenge. But 1 is not doing anything at all, right? I am at a level 9 right now. I got the level 9. I didn't get the level 10. But that's okay, because guess what? When I continue to improve this goal that I'm after, tomorrow, I'm going to keep going. But tomorrow, guess what? I'm starting off at level 9. I'm not starting back off at level 1. That's where people go wrong. If you're setting a goal and it's like, man, your goal is to lose 10 pounds, the mics don't work. So I just kind of quickly come away from it. It looks good though, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that spackle job I did. Woo, wait, look at fresh. So if your goal is to lose 10 pounds in 3 weeks, third week comes, you lost 7 pounds. You're like, oh man, I knew I couldn't do it again. No, you did do it. You did phenomenal. You got so much progress. You learned throughout it. You ate better. You went and did your exercise. Now continue to set that goal of losing 10 pounds. But when you do, you're now starting off at 7 and you only have 3 more to go, baby. So that's the power of your mindset. When you're setting goals like the 28-day growth challenge that I'm in right now, and I'm helping other people, I'm seeing fantastic results. People are getting in better shape. People are improving their lives. I got a call the other day from somebody and they were just like, dude, my life is so much better with my 28-day growth challenge. My relationship with my family, my wife, I'm feeling good about myself. Goals, they give you energy. Goals, they impact your life and they take you to another level, and life is so much more exciting. I wish I could just jump to this camera right now and get you guys fired up and just shake you and tell you that you can do it and you are meant for more. So that's what this powerful and positive people podcast is all about. My goal is this. You might have saw a video a couple weeks ago. It was an emotional video. You know, the second lead of cause of death for a child between the ages of 15 to adolescent to 24 is suicide. And at the end of it, I was like, man, I want to do something about this. And we've been doing something about it, but I want to do more because I feel like I can reach more people than just the people here at our dojo. So this powerful and positive podcast is all about taking mainly teenagers that have gone through a challenging situation in their life, an obstacle, but they came through it on the other side. They improved, they got through it, and they had a breakthrough. So I want to find out what that challenge was, and I want to dive deep into it on what was their ability to get through that challenge, to end up having a better, more powerful and positive life than what they were going through. Because guess what? The person that's going to be sitting in this chair and the person that's sitting in this chair in front of you, we're all going through something. And a lot of times we think that we're alone about this process that we're going through, and we're not. So when a teenager or a parent or an adult sees somebody in this chair over here and they're going through something and they see how they got through it, I hope that one little message saves somebody's life. I hope that one little message takes your life to the next level so that you can see that you were meant for more. Man, you are not born to be mediocre. It's insane on what we can do. So you are built for greatness. Zig Ziglar says a quote, "We were all born winners, but to be a winner, you got to prepare to win, you got to plan to win, and you got to expect to win." And you can't expect to win in life if you're not preparing and if you're not planning to win. So it starts with you and the goals. I'm going to put the 28-day growth challenge below because guess what? We still have over a month. I think it might be a month, maybe. Yeah, I think there might be only 29 days or 30 days left until, no. I'm thinking about my trip to Mexico. Sorry about that. No, we do have over 30 more days left for our 28-day growth challenge. So if you want to get on it, I'm going to put it below. Click the link, go get it, and look what I did. And to put this Powerful and Positive People podcast together, it was about 15 minutes to an hour a day of my life. So 1% of your day is 15 minutes. I don't know if you know that. 1% of your day is 15 minutes. So if I did something for an hour, that was what? 4% of my day. And you have time. We all have time for the things that are important to us. So you got to figure it out right now. Hey, what was a goal that I had in 2019 that I haven't quite achieved yet? Or it's not accomplished, or I didn't even start on it yet? Because the last thing you want to do is to go into 2020 the same version as you are right now. Or you can say, you know what, I have a goal for 2020. I want to start on it now. And if I get going on it now, just think about the momentum you'll have coming out of the gate, fast and furious in 2020. So it's all about getting excited about your life. When you get focused on planning and preparing your life, people spend about more time planning their 2-week vacation than they do on their life. That's insane. Only 3% of the population actually sets and achieves goals. So if you want to be a powerful and positive person, man, you got to step up your game. You got to start working on you. And when you get better, everything around you gets better. So what's next for me? You might have saw I put the challenge out already. I put together it's called the Dojo Planner. And I've had planners from $10 to $500. I've been to so many self-development seminars. I have hired $4,000 coaches to talk to me for every 2 weeks for 3 months. But guess what? When I get in these environments, these seminars, and these goal-setting projects, hire these coaches, my life goes like that. Because now you're getting somebody to force you to concentrate on your goals and what's your actual game plan. You wake up with a purpose. So many times we let a negativity affect us in our life because we listen to other people and we take on events and we let life dictate who we are. Well, wow, man, when you wake up and you have a goal and you have a purpose and your mission to be as powerful and positive, that's what this podcast is about, a powerful and positive person. And when you become that person, life will never be the same. And it's outstandingly, outrageously awesome. Now, I have challenges in my life, but guess what? I don't focus on those challenges. Hey, going through this whole Powerful and Positive podcast built out, this was my 28-day challenge if you're just joining in right now. This was hard for me. You guys saw, if you were following me, you saw I can't hammer her now, and I mean it. Hey, the one story was this. I painted the floor. I don't know why I painted the floor because you won't see it in the podcast, but I felt like it was complete when I painted the floor. I went to Home Depot. I was looking in the aisles. I wanted for like a dark gray or a light brown, and I'm looking. I was like, all I see is white and black. I was like, what the heck? But I see other paint cans, and they don't have colors on them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why doesn't it say the color? But it was on a Saturday in the front employee desk area for the paint section. It was mob. So I was like, I don't want to ask anybody. I don't have this kind of time. So I'm like, what the heck? So I finally find a paint can. And on the paint can, it had a deck on it. And the deck was like dark brown. I was like, all right, so this must be a brown color. I take it back here to the dojo and I open it up. I'm like, no, it's white. So I found out that if you want a color other than white and black, you have to mix it. And you have to bring a color sample to the front desk over at Home Depot. So that's how bad I was at making this podcast room. So I tell you that to be like, if I can do like this hard, difficult job that I put myself out there to do, which I didn't have to do all the hard work. I could have easily had someone else do it. But I wanted to get in touch with the progress and the process of it. And one thing I always do, I don't know if you ever heard the comedian Jim Gaffigan. If you ever watch the comedian Jim Gaffigan, he's hilarious because when he talks, he'll speak, but then he'll talk to himself like in third person. It'll be like another like whispering going on in his head, making fun of him. So what I do when something gets challenging, when I'm trying to set a goal, I'll say to myself, oh man, like yesterday with the technology, this podcast is not live today on iTunes. However, I am doing a quick little Powerful podcast show because this is the final product, the 28th day, and I wanted to do something. So I'm not fully finished the project, but as I struggled last night for 3 hours, I'm like, son of a gun, I can't believe it. This is easy. I gotta attach, I gotta speak into a mic, it goes in the GarageBand, and it should come out and be done with it. No. So as I was frustrated, I spoke to myself like Jim Gaffigan does, the comedian, and I was like, oh, Mark, you thought this was going to be easy. Oh, that's right. Any goal that you go after, it's easy, it's piece of cake. Oh, you think all the people that are setting goals and becoming great and doing great things, you think it just happens automatically. Silly old Mark. And when I speak to myself that way, it's almost like you're giving yourself that checkup on the neck up, or you're speaking to yourself in such a sarcastic way. And it brings a sense of humor to you because it is true. As you're trying to be powerful and positive and you're trying to achieve greatness in your life, it's going to be hard. It is what it is. But guess what? You got to choose your hard. It's hard not paying the bills. It's hard being out of shape. It's hard being grumpy. It's hard surrounding yourself around the wrong people. It's hard spending money on alcohol every night or every Friday, Saturday night. It's hard to wake up the next day feeling good after that hangover. That stuff's hard. But it's also hard to do the great things that you were meant to do. It's also hard to achieve greatness. It's also hard to get in shape. It's also hard to save money. It's also hard to say no to the things that are exciting that you want to do that are also bad for you. They're both hard, but you know one of them gives you a better outcome. And then you got to ask yourself which hard that you want. So with that being said, here it is, the Powerful Podcast People Room. And I'm excited. I'm honored that you guys are joining me on this today. So you're going to be seeing some great things because I am on a mission right now. I told you earlier, if you want to be excited about your goals, you got to have a purpose. And someone asked me the other day, like, man, you're so inspired all the time. You're so exciting all the time. You're so enthusiastic. And the reason why is because inspiration and enthusiasm and giving is in my regular daily behavior. I schedule inspiration. I schedule helping others every day. I schedule my enthusiasm. And when you put that in your everyday life and you put it in a planner and a schedule that you are going to do you first, man, it's like a habit. Instead of smoking cigarettes, instead of getting up and not eating, instead of not working out, instead of not reading something, turning on the news, you're doing something for you. And you will see an amazing change. I put up a special the other day, my Daily Dojo planner. I wanted it done in November, and it's still December here, and it's not going to be done until the beginning of February. But hey, guess what? That's what happens when you set a goal. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen automatically. Now, I was at a level 1. I didn't have the planner. Now I went to a level 10, having it done. I'm at a level 6. However, as I continue to go, I'm starting at 6. I'm not going back to level 1. So the Daily Dojo planner, that's what I have in it. That's how I schedule my day. It has morning inspiration. It has in there, who can I add value today? I'm right away thinking in the morning. I'm not thinking about myself and my struggles. I'm thinking about who can I wake up today and add value to their lives. I'm writing in that thing, hey, what's one thing that you could be excited about? What's one thing that you are excited about right now or could be excited about? I'm already thinking about being excited every morning. So this Daily Dojo planner, it's a rock star, amazing planner. And I kid you not, I don't say it because I want to sell it because it's like, ooh, it's mine. It's because I have the worst attention span and I have set so many goals in the past and I didn't complete them. Just because I got off track or my mindset got in the way and I started goal setting planners, I stopped goal setting planners, I went to seminars, I got fired up and I left without a plan. I went and bought I bought Tony Robbins' $500 planner. It came with a 10-day CD course. This thing, you open it up, but it was so complex and it was so complicated. It like ruined my groove. It ruined my flow. But other people enjoy that. They can do that. So what I decided to do was like, you know what? I'm going to set myself up for success. I'm going to put things in a planner that I loved about all the other planners. That the things that got me excited, the things I was easily able to do, the things that benefited my life. And then on top of it, I like no one reads self-development. Someone the other day, I think is it Bryce Harper, when the Phillies, I was about to say hired, but I guess when they traded or took on, I don't follow sports, when they took on Bryce Harper, someone's telling me like, man, can you believe Bryce Harper's making like over $300 million? And when they were finally done, I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I got to ask you, who is this person that you're talking about? And their jaw dropped. They were like, are you kidding me? You don't know who I'm talking about? And I was like, no. I was like, starting to get embarrassed a little bit. But he's like, it was an athlete. I was like, oh, that's why. I'll ask somebody, do you know Tony Robbins? Do you know Grant Cardone? Do you know John Maxwell? Do you know Jim Rohn? Do you know Zig Ziglar? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what? And it's so amazing to know that nobody knows. I would say about 2% of the population knows the people that I know, that I follow, versus like 99.9% of the public knows the athletes. I was talking to one of my good buddies this morning, Larry McSee. We were working out at the gym. And I said, listen, you could be on the sidelines wearing someone else's jersey, someone else's name on your back, and letting that person, if they win or lose, dictate the rest of your week. Or you can have your own jersey on, your own name, well, get fired up, your own name on the back of your shirt, and get out in the field and start making your own life happen. That's how you win. That's how you become successful. So the Daily Dojo Planner, that's what it's all about. There's an actual scoreboard in there. And the scoreboard is meant to be like, hey, so many times we're running up and down the field. We're playing a game right now. Every day you wake up, you're running up and down the field, but you got no goal. You have no scoring system. So if there's no goal, what happens? You just get frustrated and you tire yourself out. And you're like, why the hell am I even playing this game? There's no point to it in the end. No, duh. It's because you don't have excitement. You don't have a purpose or a process that's going to help you achieve and score the points. And that's what goals do. Goals help you set the scoreboard and be like, did I get points on that scoreboard? And in the Daily Dojo Planner, that's what it has in there. You can literally see, oh man, I got some points on the scoreboard. And when you're improving your life and you're winning, guess what? You feel like a champion. You're not counting on other people to make you happy. So I spoke a little bit more than I wanted to speak, which is I'm pretty happy about, because trust me when I tell you, I actually hate talking for a long time. And the reason why I hate talking for a long time, because I don't really find myself interesting at all, but I will talk about self-development all day, as long as it's inspiring somebody else. So if I got to sit up here and if I got to talk for an hour to get you off your butt today, it's Sunday. I call it Set Up Sunday. Also, it's known as Seconds Out Sunday. A fighter, when he goes back to his corner after a round, he sits there, he gets 1 minute. And then all of a sudden the referee goes seconds out. That means he's got about 3 seconds, the cornerman and the fighter, to get their stuff together, get up, and get back into the next round. So it's Seconds Out Sunday. Would you please, today, please, either one of 3 things. 1, print out the 28-day growth challenge below and take it. Set yourself up with one small goal, and you'll see the system, and it'll help you achieve, and you'll finish the year strong. The end of a decade. Let's up yourself. Upgrade yourself. Or two, I think I have 4 to 6 more spots for the challenge that I put out. I actually made a couple of my own Daily Dojo planners. I got them printed out around here instead of waiting for my printing company and Amazon and my other website company. So I'm picking 30 people, not 30 people, the first 30 people. It's $30, 30 people, 30 minutes. You get the planner, you get the motivational wristband, you get to come here December 8th at Underground. This is for teens and adults, and we're going to spend 30 minutes on the Daily Dojo planner. You'll leave it with a plan and excitement to set yourself up for success. That's 30 people, so inbox me if you want to do that. It's only $30. I'm going to get you jacked up in 30 minutes, and you're going to leave with a game plan. I'm super excited about that. So 1, 28-day growth challenge, that's complimentary below. 2, the Daily Dojo planner. If you want to be one of the first 30 people, get on it now, inbox me. And then what's the last thing? My mom. My mom has achieved so much when it comes to raising her 3 boys, her grandchildren. She is absolutely amazing. And the one thing that I've always been amazed by my mom, here is her goal-setting plan. This is how she does it. Like I said, complexity, it's not for me. Some of you might not want to do a Daily Dojo planner, and that's okay. But there's something out there for everybody. You know what my mom does? A little sticky note. She has sticky notes across her speedometer, on her refrigerator, on her calendar, and that's it. How simple is that? So you got 3 ways right now to step up your Sunday, Seconds Out Sunday. I need you today to write down one thing that you're going to do next week that'll get you a little bit excited about your life. Just something small. Something small. So whether it be the 28-day growth challenge, that's kind of like in between the sticky note and the Daily Dojo planner. Or if you're like, you know what, I'm on a mission, man. I'm tired of being tired. So you could do the Daily Dojo planner or grab yourself a sticky note, write it down. But my question is, I want to leave you with this today. And this is probably the most important part of this podcast. It's a little sensitive for me. And my question for you is this. Please answer below. Thursday. Stovetop or homemade stuffing? Put your answer below. Stovetop stuffing or homemade stuffing? I'm going to tell you right now, stovetop stuffing is 100% way better than the homemade stuffing. So please, gang, stop with the homemade stuffing. I don't want the cranberries in there. I don't want walnuts in there. Stop trying to wow me with this amazing recipe. Stovetop is where it's at. It's easy. You add some butter, you put some water in it, you cook it up, and that's a done deal. Stovetop all the way. All my stovetop people, where you at? So put it down, and I know you people that do it homemade, you're better than me. So I do agree. But my taste buds, it's all about that homemade, that stovetop. Hey, I appreciate you listening today. Share this with somebody. We spoke a little bit about goal setting. If you're just getting on now, please go back and listen to it. There's some gems in there that I hope inspire you. My goal right now is I'm going to hopefully have next week my first podcast interviewer that I'm going to be interviewing. And it's called the Powerful and Positive Podcast. It's coming to you live every week. Not sure what day, but it'll be on iTunes as well. And my mission is to sit somebody in that chair, find out what their struggle is or was and how they got through it. Because that is going to be empowering to the rest of us, and it'll give us some ideas and let us know that we are not alone in our battle. Hey, you guys rock. Make it a great Sunday. I'll see you throughout the week. Let's grow. Hey, like that? It's pretty cool, huh, guys? Get that stovetop.